Star-tailed Glyptodon, nature's original main battle tank. This thing is the most insanely over-armored creature ever, a full-plate prehistoric tank with zero mobility and serious anxiety issues. Just roll into a ball and, congratulations, you're basically invincible. Why do we call it the star-tailed beast? Because its tail is a massive. It's so insanely tough that your friend's skull would feel like wet cardboard in comparison. Spike-covered club that looks like it's been on steroids.
こんにちは。
The star-tailed Glyptodon reached about 4 meters in length, with the largest individuals growing up to 5 meters long. It stood 1.5 meters tall at the shoulder and weighed between 1.5 to 2 tons. Basically a small car that had grown a thick armored shell and a really bad attitude. However, the Pleistocene had no shortage of absolute units. On the South American grasslands, the star-tailed Glyptodon had plenty of competition. First up, the terror bird, a massive flightless predator, almost 2 meters tall. Sporting a head bigger than a horse's and a beak that looked like a rusty butcher's cleaver. However, terror birds only threatened baby star-tailed Glyptodons. Facing an adult, its beak hitting, the shell sounded like you tapping a safe with chopsticks. Kinda effective, but not really. Terror bird, I'm leaving. Second up, Arctotherium. This beast was the biggest land predator in Pleistocene South America. Over a ton in weight and more than 3 meters long. If it stood up straight, it could headbutt your ceiling. Even though the short-faced bear was a vegetarian, its emotions were extremely unstable and its heart was full of feelings. Whenever it got upset, it would smash anything it saw, and whatever it smashed would be completely destroyed. When your big dumbass friend accidentally wanders into the territory of a raging short-faced bear, what awaits him is inevitably a multi-ton giant paw slap to the face. So when the star-tailed Glyptodon mistakenly intrudes into a short-faced bear's territory, war becomes completely inevitable when that 65 kilograms bone-morning star is swung at full speed. It generates a staggering 100,000 newtons of impact force. Even a beast as massive as the short-faced bear would get its bones broken and muscles torn. In the 19th century, while conducting large-scale fossil expeditions in South America, European scientists stumbled upon a collection of extremely bizarre and shocking fossil fragments. Massive, rock-hard bone armor plates, along with an exaggerated, spike-covered giant bone-morning star. At first, nobody could figure out what this animal was. It looked strikingly similar to the Ankylosaurus of the Cretaceous period, leading some researchers to excitedly wonder, had they discovered a legendary dinosaur that had miraculously survived extinction? Later, from the late 19th century into the 20th century, scientists in Argentina and Uruguay gradually unearthed several nearly complete skeletons. Everyone who saw them drew a sharp breath in shock. What they had discovered was a true mobile tank roaming the Pleistocene. It had nothing to do with dinosaurs. Instead, it was a distant relative of modern armadillos. The star-tailed Glyptodon was a branch of the Glyptodon family, sharing a common ancestor with today's armadillos. The star-tailed Glyptodon's evolutionary path was even more formidable than that of its distant predecessor, the Ankylosaurus. Its shell was a thick, heavy, perfectly arched dome, capable of efficiently dispersing impact forces, even the powerful conical teeth of a Tyrannosaurus rex, which could crush and tear through almost any armor, would often slide off along the curved surface of the dome before they could land a decisive blow. Scientists reconstructed the general appearance of the star-tailed Glyptodon based on the armor of modern armadillos and its own fossilized bones. If we imagine a battle between the star-tailed Glyptodon and a Tyrannosaurus rex, it can only be pure fantasy. After all, they live tens of millions of years apart. It's like pitting a medieval knight against a World War II tank, however, during its own time. For example, the Smilodon, a saber-toothed cat with powerful bite force, exceptional agility, and explosive speed. The star-tailed Glyptodon faced some truly formidable predators. Even the Smilodon, despite its top-tier bite force, blazing speed, agility, and expert hunting skills, still couldn't penetrate the star-tailed Glyptodon's armor.
Goodbye.
So, facing this absolute land tank, which ancient giant do you think could actually deliver a one-hit kill? Was it the 20-meter-long Titanoba that could swallow anything alive? The amphibious, heavyweight Purosaurus, or perhaps one of your big dumbass friends? What? Drop your answers in the comment.